Hello, family. I hope all is well. So today I'm going to do a quick spread on two missing children. I am going to do the spread together, family. I'm going to look into 4 and 6 year old Jack and Lily Sullivan, I believe is their last name. They are the two missing children out of Canada. I did, however, speak about this case a few days ago from what I was able to pick up, but let's just look at the messages and see what the ancestors tell us regarding Jack and Lily Sullivan. Ancestors, clarity into the disappearance into Jack and Lily Sullivan, two missing Canadian children, 4 and 6 years old. Ancestors, I ask for clarity into the case of these two missing children. Okay, you know, not only do I have to look at these children being missing, but I have to look at some harm happening to these children, right? Try to put some light on it here. I have to look at some harm happening to these babies. And I hate to say that, but I have to take a deeper look into the lies that are being told in this case, okay? Because I have someone who's lying about what actually happened in here. The ancestor said, look deeper into the lies, all right? I have somebody being hurt, harmed, injured, could possibly be deceased, okay? Something happened in here to these babies. Not only that, I have to look at something harmful happening, but I also have to look at the ancestors. Not only are these children with the ancestors, but I also have to look at some other things, right? That happen, and I have to look at people trying to avoid going into the judicial system for some things, all right? Because they telling lies about what happened in here. The main thing, I want to look at somebody being harmed in some kind of way, okay? Because the kill just lets me know that somebody is harmed, hurt, injured, deceased, could be bleeding, right? All right, let's go into this a little further. Ask for the messages, ancestors, that Jack and Lily would like us to know. All of this, family, that I am speaking of is allegedly, okay? This is messages from the spiritual realm. You all, everything is allegedly that I'm speaking of, okay? I don't know Jack and Lily. I'm just speaking of what the ancestors is giving me revelation into, okay? Ask the ancestors to reveal the messages that Jack and Lily would like us to know. Reveal the messages. All right. Somebody made some promises, family. One thing I did, I spoke about some things, not on camera, but I've always picked up energies of two males. I know that something more is going on in this case. I didn't want to speak because I wanted to allow the ancestors to reveal the messages first in this case. And they have surely confirmed a lot of the things that I have picked up intuitively. But now that I can visually see some things, right, it makes a whole lot of sense of what I've been picking up. Somebody made a promise, a commitment in here, right, about some harmful things. One of the harmful things that they're doing is they are telling lies in here, okay? So when it comes to the son just tells me it's a male, okay? It's somebody's son. It doesn't matter if the son is a child or a grown adult. This son is going to change from one male to another, okay? So somebody made a promise in here to this male, right? About this harmful thing. So they made a commitment in here not to tell some things in here, all right? Although that they know that this male is not telling the truth. although they know this male is telling lies, he's a liar. In order for the universe to perceive you as a liar, someone had to ask you the question in order for the universe to perceive that you are a liar. So somebody had to ask a question. Do you know what happened to the children, or what happened to the children? And you had to have told a lie in this case regarding the children in order to be considered a liar. Okay. You see the trash, the help, and the kill. See, someone in here, not only are they dismissing the fact that these children needed help, all right, that these children were harmed, but also I have to look at somebody discarding some things or someone, okay? They disposed some things, and they had assistance in doing so, okay? So in doing these harmful acts, they had assistance in doing this, right? These children needed help as well, okay? Something happening here. They were harmed. Now I want to look over here. You see the ear, right? That's telling me about the communication and the conflict that's going on with this dad. The dad is a male. It's somebody's dad. He's a dad figure, okay? See, it's conflict in here with the dad and the judicial system, okay? Because the ancestors tells us about, yes, actual ancestors. It tells us about the judicial system, people in high places, doctors, lawyers, judges, okay? See, it's conflict in the communication in here, all right? See, somebody's telling lies, allegedly, right? All right, let's go a little further. Clarity into the situation, ancestors. Ask the ancestors for clarity into the situation. Somebody from the family tree. So somebody who is in these children lineage, okay? They know about some violence. So they know about some things, some unpleasant things that has happened in here. They also know that they're telling lies behind what actually happened in here, right? This is why they are crying, right? Because they are saddened by some things, but also they made a commitment to not to tell some things, okay? They made a commitment, they made a promise, a pact to this male not to say nothing about the violence that happened, okay? So somebody in the family tree, they know some things, but they're not talking about it, okay? They are deeply hurt, though, regarding what has happened to these children, but they're not going to talk about it because they made an oath in here. All right. All right. You see the trash. You see the help. That was from somebody in the family tree that provided some kind of assistance with disposing some things, hiding some things, discarding some things, right? They are doing harmful things. So I have somebody in the family tree of these children lineage not only doing harmful things by hiding some things, not bringing some things to the light, I have them helping with something of disposing some things when it comes to these children being harmed, okay? I have somebody in the family tree who made a promise to whoever this male is, okay, regarding some things that happened in here. Here's the conflict. The dad is in here. He's crying as well. So he's saddened by some. So it's switching from one dad to another dad possibly. But I have a dad in here. He's remorseful. He's crying. And he's crying in here to the judicial system as well. Okay. So he's saddened by some things. I have a male in here that's saddened by some things. I have a male in here who did some things. These could possibly be the same male. Okay. All right, let's go a little deeper. Clarity. Access for clarity into the messages. Thank you, ancestors. You see the mail? It just tells me about mail. Correspondence. Information being given and received. I got some information that somebody promised in here. Not to tell. Right? So, they got some information regarding some things. This is evil. This is deception. You understand? So they have information. Somebody have information regarding this mail. They know exactly what happened. They know exactly what this mail did. They know that this mail is telling lies, and they know that violence was involved in some kind of way. But they have chosen to not talk about it, okay? You see the fight? I have something happen here, right? It tells me about an actual physical fight, but it also could tell me about a mental fight and struggles. So I have a fight that happened in here. Someone was elected, so they chose, right? Conflict in here with someone in the family. So somebody had some sort of scuffle or fight that went on in here. Something happened in the mix of that, okay? Whatever the fight may have been, or whatever the fight may have been about, it was a feud going on in here, and something went wrong, okay? Somebody perhaps could have took something out on the children. I hate to say that, okay? But something happened, right? Not only that, I have family knowing this information, okay? So somebody from the family tree know what happened. Somebody in the family tree was in a little scuffle or something that's connected to these children, okay? Something happened. You see the clean with this conflict? So I have somebody trying to clean up. Somebody who's socializing with this dad back here, who is remorseful, who is crying, who is upset, who is saddened by some things. They're trying to clean up some things. They're even trying to clean up the communication that they were socializing with the dad about. So somebody was socializing as well with this father, and whoever the father may be with this male. Someone was socializing with this father, right? And it looks like some kind of communication had come out, right? Regarding some things. But they're cleaning it up. So they're not speaking about these things. So I got somebody who the dad who is connected to, trying to clean up some things regarding their socialization. So it's kind of like I socialized with this person, but I'm going to say, nope, I didn't speak to them. I didn't, you understand? Because I don't want no parts of whatever happened in there, although I may know some things, although somebody confided in me regarding some things. That's what's going on right here. But the person who is cleaning some actions up regarding who socialized with this dad, they're saddened too by some things, but they are afraid too of the judicial system. So I have a few people, all right, I'm just going to say that they know some things, but they're trying to clean up part of what they know or their involvement in some things, because everybody in here is afraid of the judicial system, okay? Everybody's afraid of something to have to do with the judicial system, whether that is having to go to jail, spending time being summoned to go to jail, prosecuted for something, being a witness to something, and nobody wants to have to deal with this. So everybody is hush hush. But I have someone who is connected to these babies who know. That is the Reed family, right? We're still praying for these children's safe return. If they have been found safely, please put it in the comment section and let me know. If they haven't been found, please put it in the comment section, and you can keep me updated in this case for whoever is following this case. I did pick up some energy around this area that I did disclose in an earlier message. I haven't tapped back into a location to actually see anymore, but that is what I had so far. I want you all to have a prosperous day, family. This is all allegedly. Have a prosperous day.